It's crazy to think that we are looking at almost 5 months later. Today is August 3rd, 2022. This incident happened on March 24th, 2022. I did a prior video on this relating to all the details related to that. I am currently at Icon Park. It's August 3rd, 2022, and nothing has changed at the site. It's been almost 5 months since the incident. We do know that two of the seats, seat 1 and also seat 2, happened to be repositioned. The bolts were repositioned on there, allowing for heavier riders to actually board onto there. And then we know that they ran tests on the actual seats and determined that it would be easy for somebody Tyree Sampson's size to actually slide out, and the incident that happened there. Now, I have not seen this moved in a long time. We still have the trash bag over one of the seats. That is not the seat that Tyree Sampson sat in. I apologize. I was on the other video that I did a couple videos back related to this incident where I said that. I was wrong on that comment, and I do apologize on that. But even if you look over here, Slingshot that sits right next to the attraction, even Slingshot isn't currently open right now. And there hasn't been any further things on this investigation. We do know that the family of Tyree Sampson did end up suing the ride operators who operate this over at the park. I'm gonna see if there's any other things going on over here while we're over here. Let me go ahead and get a different view. And yeah, as you can see right here, everything's still kind of sitting still. I am in an area that I'm authorized to be at. I am not going past anything. But as you can see, the prices are still listed over there for the free fall and the Slingshot. And you can kind of see a different view of this. So nothing's changed. Everything's still boarded off here, which is kind of crazy to think that 5 months later this is still going on. You can see it's all fenced off over here, and looks like they did run some sort of little festival over here, so you can see kind of the tents are down and things like that nature. So Icon Park still continues to this day. Now, besides what you may have heard in prior videos, Icon Park does not operate this. It was actually operated by Slingshot Group, and Slingshot Group is the operator of the former freefall. Other than that, we haven't heard many other updates related to this drop tower. And so I get many questions on this. Do I think there should be a seatbelt on there? I do think there should be secondary forms of restraint to prevent something like this from happening in the future. Do I think drop towers are safe? Well, up until Glenwood Caverns last year and this incident this year, we hadn't had an incident since the Six Flags cable snapped over at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. But other than that, those are the 3 incidents I could think about. And drop towers tend to have a safe record. I have not heard any incidents of anything happening with the SNS drop towers. And Dollywood actually has the same type of drop tower. Obviously it doesn't face downward and things of that nature, but they ended up retrofitting theirs with seat belts. So I could definitely see that happening. And one at Dollywood is from the same ride manufacturer, obviously. And the ride manufacturer is Fun Time Thrill Rides, which operates a variety of different slingshots and drop towers across the country. Also, Slingshot Group operates the Star Flyer at Icon Park. The Ferris wheel is actually operated by Icon Park, separate from the ones that operate these 3 attractions over at the park. As you can see right here, last time I was at the site, there was a bunch of memorial things, and they have been since removed. So my guess is here in the future, either that or they just removed all of them. But those have been recently removed from the site, which begs me to think that they might be eventually reopening this. I'm not sure when. Hopefully they have new operations and standards set forth for this drop tower, so we don't have anything like that happen in the future. But this was the world's tallest freestanding drop tower up until the incident, and then it was shut down March 24th when that incident did happen. Very unfortunate incident. A young man lost his life, just like the unfortunate incident that happened at Glenwood Caverns. Glenwood Caverns, since their incident, changed their whole entire operating procedure on it, and they did reopen their attraction. So I imagine, even though the family of Tyree Sampson wants this closed, I imagine this drop tower will eventually open again, along with the slingshot, with just new requirements on operating procedures. And I could see them retrofitting this with seatbelts to prevent further instances of anybody slipping out of this. I'm going to go ahead and leak my last video in the description below. It details all the full details that I already talked about during this video. Basically, the seats were retrofitted to allow larger people in seats 1 and 2. And then what would have happened is, as he was free falling, he would have been completely weightless. When the brakes hit, he would have been able to slip out. The amount of pressure that would have been put on the upper restraints, according to them, would have pushed it up to 9 inches, which is enough for him to slide right out. And I actually put that in the full video, detailing the full investigation report on there. Do I think that this drop tower is going to open again? Yes, I do, and here is why. Because there's a lawsuit pending. Once that lawsuit is complete and they do the payout, this will reopen, probably with new standards, probably with new operating procedures, to ensure that an incident like this does not happen in the future. As an industry that learns from its mistakes, this will never happen again on any drop tower in America, due to the fact nobody wants an incident like this happening again. Like I said, we had the incident happen in Glenwood Caverns, and now this incident. Hopefully no more incidents ever happen regarding somebody losing their life. And like I said before this, the only one I could think of is at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, which that drop tower at Kentucky Kingdom was removed a long time ago, and there's new park operators. It actually changed back to Kentucky Kingdom, and now it's owned by Herschend Entertainment, the same ones that own Dollywood and Silver Dollar City, and also Wild Adventures in Georgia. But yep, that concludes the video. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on with this site, because I know many of you have been asking me the question, do I think it will open again? Yes, I do. I think once the lawsuit is complete and the payout happens, and you're going to see new operations take place. Probably, as you can see, these restraints have not changed. So like I said, you could see the restraints will probably have new seatbelts or secondary restraint devices to prevent from anything like that ever happening in the future. And there's going to be also further procedures taking place to prevent anything like that ever happening on this ride again. As for this ride over here, Slingshot, I think it's only closed because people could get really close to the former site and they just don't want anybody doing that. But I mean, the investigation is complete by the state. So like I said, I think once the lawsuit is complete, or even before that, I think you see this drop tower at Icon Park reopened. I know many people don't want it to be reopened, but this is what happens in the industry when an incident happens. There's an investigation that takes place. Once the investigation is complete and the lawsuit is complete, usually standard operating procedures for ride operators change as well. And then those changes, they allow the ride to reopen. Now, the only problem I see this ride having is obviously due to the incident, a lot of people are going to refuse to ride the ride, and they're going to have to they're going to have to figure out a way to have people trust them riding this ride again. With that being said, this is Chris from Thrill Rides. Thanks for watching the video, and please subscribe for future videos that'll drop down here on Thrill Rides. Have a good one.